Hey, yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cheap Truth YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Thanks again, once again, for checking in with the Cheap Truth. As always, make sure that you subscribe on the way in if you haven't already. I think since the last video, I've managed to get a decent amount of new subscribers. So welcome to the Cheap Truth. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody. Even if you're just dropping by looking at the video and have no intention of subscribing or leaving a like on this video, which you should do both of those things. But regardless, man, I'm so appreciative. I'm almost to 100 subs, getting closer and closer and closer. And I know to some people that's like nothing, that's slim pickings, but to me, that's a major milestone for me. So especially just starting out, man. So you got to start somewhere. And man, just trying to grow this platform and trying to get the Cheap Truth to where I want it to be. And in order for me to do that, I need all you guys that's listening now, man. So thanks from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, let's without much further ado, let's get into the video. What are we talking about today? So unless you've been living under a rock or something, you've heard about the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. Pretty sure you guys have seen the video as well. Disturbing situation, very hectic environment at one of his rallies out in Pennsylvania. And yeah, some guy named Matthew Crooks, who has to be one of the most just doofusy looking MFers I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, he was behind the assassination attempt. And somehow, some way, he ended up climbing up on a building nearby and ended up getting a clean shot at the former president of the United States, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump survived. He ended up getting clipped in his ear. But unfortunately, there was a death, innocent person named, I'm going to butcher his last name, but I'm going to try my best. Innocent person named Corey Comparator, who was a firefighter attending the rally. He was just protecting his family when the shots rang off and when all that stuff popped off. And unfortunately, he was hit and he ended up dying. So definitely RIP to him, and my dearest condolences to his family for sure. So when I first seen this, I honestly didn't even believe that anything was really going on for real. I thought maybe it was just one of those situations where some random thing, I don't know, somebody set off a firework or something in the crowd, or maybe somebody just got a little too rowdy and they tried to rush the stage or something like that. But as I'm looking at Twitter and as I'm looking at websites like CNN.com, they're saying that somebody actually tried to kill Donald Trump. Like, there was gunshots and mayhem, and he was bleeding from his ear. And yeah, what do you know? Somebody actually tried it. This Matthew Crooks guy was the trigger man that he tried to kill Donald Trump. So I'm just like, whoa, I never thought I would ever see anything like that in my lifetime. And yeah, say whatever you want to about Trump or Biden. I will say that I'm probably a little more conservative, I guess. I know, black guy, conservative, shoot me. But I'm not into the business of wishing death on anybody. Like, regardless of what side you're on, whether you're left leaning, whether you're right leaning, whether you're somewhere in between. I'm not into that type of stuff. I've seen a lot of tweets and a lot of posts about how people wish that Donald Trump would have gotten killed, or why did the shooter have to be such a bad shot, and all that different stuff, man. I'm just not really into that because I'm a real big believer in karma. I'm a real big believer in energy, and I believe that the energy that you put out, that's the energy that you're going to get back. And sometimes it may not even come back on you. It could come back on your family. It could come back on your friends and people that are close to you. So even though there may be people out here that I don't necessarily like, there may be people out here that I don't necessarily care for, and if they were to die or pass away, I wouldn't cry. But am I just sitting back wishing for that or hoping for that? No, I'm not. So yeah, I saw that and I was just like, man, come on, y'all, really? So a lot has been made about the Secret Service and their lack of security for Donald Trump. The director of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle, has come under heavy fire, and a lot of people out there are calling for her resignation, want her to get the hell up out of there. You see a lot of people blaming her focus on diversity, equity, inclusion. There's a lot of clips floating around of her saying how she wants to increase the workforce or increase uh, the women representation inside of the Secret Service by like 30% by the year 2030. So a lot of people are dragging her for that. And we know how big of a topic DE&I is in this country right now. And I'll just tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with DE&I. I love the problem that it tries to solve, but I think that a lot of the times it's executed poorly by a lot of companies. And I think it kind of defeats the purpose of what it was originally intended for. I don't know if I necessarily said that right, but probably another video for another day. But overall, I do like what I like the problem that it tries to solve. Just the overall execution is poor a lot of the times, in my opinion. But yeah, it looks bad on her too. She just got hired on in 2022. I don't think it's been 2 years completely. I don't think it's been a complete 2 years. And with you preaching about all of this, right? About diversity and all that stuff, for a former president to almost get his shit split on your watch, right? As the director of the Secret Service, not here to say that you didn't deserve the title. I see a lot of people saying that she didn't deserve it, that she was a DE&I hire and all that stuff. A lot of people point out her 3-year tenure at Pepsi as a global, as senior director in global security at Pepsi. But a lot of people fail to also mention that before that, she spent 27 years in the Secret Service. So I don't know what the exact trajectory is or what the typical trajectory is for being a director of the Secret Service. But I'm just saying, I mean, she did spend 27 years in the Secret Service. So I don't think it's fair to take that away from her. And I'm not here to say that she doesn't deserve to be where she is. But yeah, it looks bad, bro. Just looks bad. And in all honesty, I wouldn't be mad if she, resigned. You just can't have that. Somebody lost their life, bro. That I feel like that's something that's kind of being lost in this. Being that Donald Trump survived and he didn't end up getting hurt, too bad or whatever. And he's able to bounce back relatively quickly. The innocent person lost their life, bro, like behind this. And the crazy thing is, this wasn't even no like elaborate scheme. It wasn't something out of a movie where they kicked in the door and they threw flashbang grenades and they snapped the necks of the security guards and then they punched in the secret code and the secret staircase rolled out from the secret compartment and they walked up the staircase up to the roof and they set up their rifles and took aim at the president and killed the president. Like it wasn't anything like that, right? You literally just had this one guy diddly-daddling around, and somehow, some way, he ended up going into the building, right? Keep in mind now, there were police officers in that particular building. So apparently, the law enforcement for that particular area was responsible for securing that building, right? Not necessarily the Secret Service, but they were inside the building, and I guess nobody bothered to patrol the perimeter of the building or anything like that. So this guy just says, "Oh well, I guess I'll just hop on up here. I'll just go ahead and hop on up here, and I'm just about to meet somebody today." So, yeah, that's the crazy part about it. It wasn't even nothing elaborate. It wasn't even nothing. It's just the guy just kind of waltzed up there and did what he did. And now there's new information coming out today that well, I'm recording this on Wednesday, but yeah, it's new information that just came out that he was actually reported as a suspicious person about an hour before opening fire. So it says here Secret Service agents spotted the shooter 10 minutes before former President Donald Trump took the stage. The gunman who opened fire at former President Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally was reported as a suspicious person and photographed 1 hour before he began shooting, according to three sources familiar with a briefing for senators Wednesday. Secret Service and FBI officials shared a timeline of events that revealed troubling new details about the assassination attempt and raised questions about why Secret Service officials allowed Trump to take the stage. Thomas Matthew Crooks, who had a rangefinder and a backpack with him, was reported as a suspicious person 1 hour before he began shooting. This was a 100% cover your ass briefing, Barrasso said. He had a rangefinder and a backpack. The Secret Service lost sight of him. Roughly 30 minutes after the initial suspicious person report, Pennsylvania State Police notified the Secret Service of a suspicious person at 5:51 p.m. The Secret Service notified its snipers at 5:53 p.m., the sources said. At 6:02 p.m., Trump took the stage. At 6:09 p.m., members of the crowd notified police that Crooks 20 was on the rooftop. 2 minutes later, Crooks opened fire on Trump at 6:11 p.m. So I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't make any of them look better. It doesn't make law enforcement look any better. It doesn't make Secret Service look any better. Because if this is true, I don't understand why they didn't send somebody over there. Like, I don't understand why they didn't send somebody to press this guy. Like, somebody should have been on his ass at an event like this, given the caliber, the person, you know, former president of the United States. Like, they should have been on this dude's ass, bro. And I feel like if they had pressed them, they had to send somebody over there and just, like, you know, investigated more, all of this could have been avoided. But because they were lackadaisical, because they didn't do anything, I guess they just said, well, you know what, we'll just mark them as suspicious and go on about our business. Look what happened. And if I'm Donald Trump, I ain't trusting now one of y'all. Like, it's hard for me. It's going to be hard for me to trust y'all now. Because to my point earlier, like, this wasn't even no elaborate, complex scheme what happened here. Like, this was just somebody saying, okie dokie, I'll just walk up here and get my rifle and I'll just, you know, take a life today. That's what happened. So it's hard for me to trust anybody. It's hard for me to trust the director of the Secret Service, to trust the agents, to trust law enforcement now. Like, it's gonna be hard. Like, not saying that they did it on purpose or that they purposely didn't secure the perimeter or secure the building like they should have. But I'm just saying, you put yourself in his position. You're like, man, look, I'm paranoid as hell because, man, I almost lost my life because of y'all incompetence. And an innocent bystander lost their life because of your incompetence in this situation. So I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you think about this situation. Pretty sure more information will start coming out as they dig deeper and they do more investigating. But yeah, man. As always, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like on this video before you leave. Leave a comment. Let's get some dialogue going. Let me know what you think about this situation. Let me know what you think about the video. And as always, man, count your blessings, not your problems. I'm out. Peace.